Hello traders, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm an EA developer and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to explore a unique trading strategy that combines triple exponential moving averages with intermarket analysis. We'll be coding an expert advisor in MQL5 that trades the EUR-USD pair using 3 exponential moving averages with periods of 50, 125, and 200. We'll also incorporate intermarket analysis by considering the trend of the dollar index. Throughout this video, we'll dive into the code, explaining each part and how it contributes to the overall strategy. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how to code an expert advisor using MQL5 and how to incorporate multiple indicators into a trading strategy. Now that we've covered this strategy, let's set up our trading environment. To do this, select Tools from the top menu, then choose MetaQuotes Language Editor, or simply use the F4 shortcut. For those who are new to MQL5, the MetaQuotes Language Editor is a powerful tool that allows us to create, edit, and compile our own trading strategies, indicators, and scripts. It's where we'll be spending most of our time as we develop our expert advisor. Now let's create a new expert advisor. In the MetaQuotes Language Editor, select File, give your EA a name. For this example, I'll call it Triple Moving Average EA. Click Next, then Next again, and finally Finish. Delete all this. We will start from scratch. This will create a basic template for our expert advisor, and we can begin coding our strategy. This line is a preprocessor directive that includes a header file called tradelink2.mqh from the trade directory. The hashtag include directive tells the compiler to include the contents of the specified file into the current file. In this case, tradelink2.mqh is a header file that provides functions and classes for trading operations, such as opening and closing positions, managing orders, and more. By including this file, we're making these trading functions available for use in our expert advisor. Line 2, CTradeTrader. This line declares an object called Trader of type CTrade. CTrade is a class that provides a trading interface, allowing us to interact with the trading environment. By declaring a CTrade object called Trader, we're creating an instance of the CTrade class that we can use to perform trading operations, such as opening and closing positions, setting orders, and more. In essence, these two lines set up the foundation for our expert advisor to interact with the trading environment and perform trading operations. The position ticket is a unique identifier of type Yulong assigned to each open position in the market, used to track and modify orders. General settings. Let's start with the general settings for our expert advisor. We'll declare variables for lot size, take profit, stop loss, and other settings as input variables. Input variables. In MQL5, input variables allow us to externalize settings, making it easy to modify them without having to change the code. By declaring variables as inputs, we can access and modify them directly from the Expert Advisor's Properties window. Indicator settings. Now let's move on to the indicator settings. We have 3 exponential moving averages, EMAs, for the EUR-USD chart, with periods of 50, 125, and 200. We'll declare the same indicator settings for the dollar index, which will be used for intermarket analysis. OnInit function. The OnInit function is a special function in MQL5 that is called when the expert advisor is initialized. It's used to perform any necessary setup or initialization tasks, such as setting up indicators, loading data, or initializing variables. Initializing moving averages. Inside the OnInit function, we'll initialize our moving averages using the IMA function, which is a built-in MQL5 function for calculating moving averages. We'll pass the following parameters to the IMA function. Symbol, the current symbol, period, the current period, MA_period, the period of the moving average, e.g. 50, 125, or 200, MA_method, the method of the moving average, e.g. simple, exponential, etc. MA_price, the price to use for the moving average, e.g. close, open, high, etc. We'll do the same for the dollar index moving averages, using the DXY underscore symbol input parameter to specify the symbol. Return init underscore succeeded. Finally, we'll return init underscore succeeded to indicate that the initialization was successful. This is a special value in MQL5 that tells the platform that the Expert Advisor has been initialized correctly. These two Boolean variables will serve as flags to track the trend of the dollar index. For now, we're initializing them to false, but later we'll update their values based on the moving average crossover logic. OnTick function. The OnTick function is a special function in MQL5 that is called with every new tick price update on the symbol being traded. Here, the code snippet is designed to copy the values of the moving averages into arrays using the copy buffer function. The purpose of this code is to make the MA values available for further processing and analysis in the OnTick function. Let's look at the dollar index intermarket analysis. Firstly, let's retrieve the current price of the dollar index by using symbol info double. Then, we'll check the moving averages in the dollar index chart to determine the trend. If the short-term MA is above the medium-term MA, and the medium-term MA is above the long-term MA, it's an uptrend. We'll set our dollars in uptrend flag to true. If the short-term MA is below the medium-term MA, and the medium-term MA is below the long-term MA, it's a downtrend. We'll set dollar is in downtrend flag to backquote true. If neither of the above conditions is met, it's not a clear trend. We'll set both flags to false. The trading logic is the heart of the EA, where orders are sent to the market based on specific conditions. For a buy order, the EA checks if the dollar is in a downtrend. If this condition is met, it then checks the moving average conditions. The current price must be above the 50 moving average. The 50 moving average must be above the 125 moving average, and the 125 moving average must be above the 200 moving average. If all these conditions are met, the EA sends a buy order using the ctrade class instance and stores the position ticket to modify the order later. For a sell order, the EA checks if the dollar is in an uptrend. If this condition is met, it then checks the moving average conditions. The current price must be below the 50 moving average. The 50 moving average must be below the 125 moving average, and the 125 moving average must be below the 200 moving average. If all these conditions are met, the EA sends a sell order using the ctrade class instance and stores the position ticket to modify the order later. Position modify code. To manage our open trades effectively, we've implemented a position modify code. This code enables us to set stop-loss SL and take profit TP levels for our trades. The code checks the type of trade currently open. If it's a sell trade, it sets the SL and TP levels accordingly. Conversely, if it's a buy trade, it sets the SL and TP levels tailored to that specific trade. By dynamically adjusting these levels, we can efficiently manage our trades and maximize our trading strategy's potential. Now that we have completed the code, let's compile it to make sure there ain't any errors. We need to visually check if the EA works correctly. To do this, we need to open the strategy tester. Simply come here, then strategy tester, then select the bot we created, then the pair. It will trade. Ensure you've set the EA to simulate on the 4-hour time frame. Then select Start. Intermarket Analysis in action. As we observe the dollar index, we see that the dollar index is in a downtrend. This downturn fuels the EUR/USD's upward momentum, prompting our EA to open a buy trade. In essence, our EA employs intermarket analysis to monitor the dollar index's trend direction. Based on this insight, it executes trades on the EUR/USD pair, leveraging the inverse correlation between the two markets. As we observe the dollar index, we notice it's currently in an uptrend. This directly impacts the EUR-USD pair, causing it to trade downward. Consequently, our expert advisor, EA, opens a sell order, capitalizing on this market dynamic. The EA also has general and indicator settings that can be adjusted. The indicator settings include the moving average period, moving average method, and price type. These settings can be customized to suit the user's needs. In essence, our EA employs intermarket analysis to monitor the dollar index's trend direction. Based on this insight, it executes trades on the EUR-USD pair, leveraging the inverse correlation between the two markets. And there you have it, a simple yet powerful triple moving average EA, supercharged with intermarket analysis. This combo is a game changer for any trader looking to elevate their strategy. Feel free to experiment and add more indicators to make this EA your own. The possibilities are endless. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this tutorial educational and helpful, smash that like button and share it with your fellow traders. Stay up to date with the latest trading tutorials, strategies, and insights. Subscribe now and become a part of our trading community.